Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this episode, we're going to be breaking down the basic fundamentals of communication skills, words. How well do we really know words? The unfortunate truth is, not that well. We can use words on an extremely practical level, but we don't understand the mechanics of it. Sort of like with the smartphone. We could use our smartphones for texting, tweeting, checking out stories on Instagram, but we don't understand the mechanics of it. We don't understand how the software, the operating system, the hardware works, nor do we have to. I mean, we could still use the smartphone without having to understand all that other stuff. So, Armani, why are we making today's episode about words? I mean, thus far, I've been good. Thus far, I've been able to use words in a practical sense. Why should I understand the deeper meanings of it? Because in this channel, we're talking about communication skills, specifically storytelling. And a storyteller who doesn't understand the intricacies of words is like an accountant who doesn't understand the intricacies of cash flow. I never want to work with an idiot accountant like that. So you should expect more from yourself. And that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode. We're going to be understanding words on a deeper level, and we're going to be talking about the cool things that we can use words for our external reality and our internal reality. And trust me, these are going to be some cool stuff for you to shift your paradigm in regards to the most basic elements of communication skills, words. So if you're ready and excited for today's episode, be sure to drop that like for me right on below. Did you know reading was initially viewed as guessing? When I first heard this, my mind was blown. What do you mean guessing? I can interpret exactly what I'm reading. Why are you saying it's guessing for? It's because we will never fully know what context the author was using those words when the author was creating his work. All we can do is guess, and that's reading. This is a powerful concept to understand because it states now that words don't have intrinsic value. Instead, it's value that is gained from an observer. So words are symbols. Most symbols have a representation for something else, and it needs an interpreter to extract the meaning from the symbol. And words are just that, symbols. Symbols of what, Armani? The natural world around us. We use words to better understand the natural world of space, time, and causation that we live in. Without words, we would be eons and eons behind of what our civilization is capable of. What's another example of symbols, Armani? Mathematics. Mathematics is another representation of a symbol that we use to understand the natural reality. For example, when I say 2 plus 2 equals 4, we know that there's not a 4 entity that's lurking around the corner. It's more so a symbol to represent the world. I have 2 oranges, and I just got 2 more oranges, so I have 4 oranges. By using mathematics, I'm better able to process information. Can you give me one more example of a symbol? Money. I understand the dollar bill is just a paper, but I view this paper a lot different than the white paper that I write on. Why? Because this paper is more so a symbol for a unit of value in the natural world that we call society. That's what money truly is. Just by itself, it's little pieces of copper, little pieces of paper, but with a symbol, it takes up a brand new life. So the first lesson is that words are symbols, and it's extremely important based off of the person that is interpreting it. Which brings me to the next point. Words are relative. This is one of the biggest reasons for miscommunication, and if you're someone who is often misunderstood, you want to pay attention to this point. Words are relative, meaning that I could say a certain word to you, and someone else can perceive it in a completely different way. Jolly. Jolly. How do you perceive it? Do you picture a jolly person, like a happy person, like Santa Claus? Or are you picturing Jolly Rancher, the candy? Candy, happy. Which one is right? Which one is wrong? Both are right. Both are wrong. Words are relative based off of the person that is interpreting it. These two information right here should slowly start shifting your worldview regarding words. It's symbols and it's based off of relativity regarding the people that you are communicating with. If you can start to understand this, then you're going to be a little bit more mindful of why miscommunications happen. You're going to be a little bit more mindful of why certain people are not understanding a certain terminology, but can understand it in a completely different terminology. And you're also going to understand why analogies are so powerful. So all in all, we're not going to delve much deeper. We're just going to say words are symbols and words are relative. With that being said, what can you use words for? Well, in terms of our external reality, we're able to use words for a lot of things. Number one, due to words, we're able to bring ourselves into connection with the external reality. We can use words to persuade someone. Let's say we have a fantastic product, a fantastic book, and we think that someone else should purchase it. One of the best ways to communicate the importance of the product is through the words. So we could use it to persuade. We could use it to inspire. Let's say one of our close friends is in rock bottom and they're thinking about just quitting. They don't want to move forward anymore. They're just being lazy now. We can use our words in a strategic manner that can resonate with them and inspire them to take action again. So it could persuade, it can inspire, and other times it could be used as a transfer of knowledge. That's how we traditionally pass knowledge from one person to the next. We use words. And one of the last places that we can use words for, and there's many more, I'm just giving you 4 examples, is for pleasure. There's a lot of people that just like having a conversation with people, staying in touch with people, and the way that we can stay in touch is through the words. So that's a lot of the stuff we could do with our external reality. But what about with our internal reality? We can use words to regulate our emotions. I used to think that this was laughable until it happened to me. In terms of public speaking, which was always my biggest fear growing up, once I started to reframe the emotion that I was feeling, once I reframed it from speech anxiety into speech excitement, my whole world changed. I went from having the number one biggest fear in regards to public speaking to now viewing it as a hobby. Just by simply switching the words. Anxiety, I don't like it. Excitement, I like. And it altered my behaviors and it truly altered my future. So you could use words to regulate your emotions. What else can you use it for? This is the coolest part, since you made it this far. You can use it to travel back into time and travel forward in time. Let's say you're a 30-year-old person and you're a lot more wiser now than you were in age 25. In age 25, you were going through a lot of experiences, but you weren't necessarily able to extract meaning from those experiences. Well, your 30-year-old self can go back to that moment visually and use words to make sense of those tough moments, get lesson, more so gain wisdom, and bring that wisdom back to your present self, altering your behavior in the present day moment. So you just traveled back in time. But you could always travel forward in time as well. A lot of people are just winging life. They're just like, oh, well, whatever happens, happens. But if you have ambition and you want to create a vision for yourself, you can go into the future and you can start illustrating what you want to become and be hyper-targeted with the use of strategic words. And And by using these words, you're able to visualize your future in a different context. And now when you come back to your present moment, once again, your behavior is altering. So all in all, words can be used for a lot of different practical purposes, whether it's from our external world or whether it's in our internal world. And a definition for words is that they're symbols that are able to represent the natural world so we can extract meaning and we can communicate further messages. Words are relative. I get it. So I need to be a little bit more mindful when miscommunications are happening because we all view life in different ways. By understanding these basic principles outlined in today's video, you should view words as primal technology. Words are technology that can be used for good, it can be used for evil, it can be used to create victors, it can be used to create victims. Which one do you want to be? Take control of the words that you use because as all famous sayings say, and the words became flesh. If you enjoyed today's episode and you like information like this in regards to communication skills, be sure to check out the ArmaniTalks newsletter, a newsletter that goes out every single day at 7 p.m., dropping insights on public speaking, creative writing, storytelling, and much more. What are you waiting for? Join the tribe of thousands of people by checking out the link in the description box right on below. Thank you for joining the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.